Many clients are calling and asking what the impact of the new overtime regulations will be on them and their businesses. The consequences of not complying with the new regulations are that your employees may be entitled to back overtime and penalties. The Department of Labor has taken a very aggressive stance in that they view their role as to put your employees in touch with attorneys who will take their case on a contingency basis. However, the new regulations may be easier to comply with than most initially think. There are ways to implement the new regulations that literally have zero cost impact to the organization. At the opposite end of the spectrum, we may choose to not only implement the new regulations, but also to identify any compression that is created by increasing one person's salary so that they bump up against somebody else. There are pros and cons to both sides of that argument. The first step is to identify any employees who fall under that threshold and are currently exempt. Any employee who earns under $47,476 per year will now be entitled to overtime. Secondly, it's important to evaluate all implementation scenarios. Too many organizations are selecting a scenario for implementation and calculating the cost as if it's the only scenario. Third, now is a good time to evaluate all of your employees for the duties tests. Dot the I's and cross the T's to make sure that you're compliant with the laws as they're written today, in addition to what they look like as of December 1st. Finally, once all of that has been done, then you have enough information to make the right decision that balances cost with cultural considerations. The Department of Labor suggests that in 3 years, the new minimum threshold will be approximately $51,000. Based on the way that that threshold is calculated in the regulations, our estimate is closer to $76,000 in 3 years, which is a dramatic change in a very short period of time. In fact, based on our preliminary calculations, over the next 15 years, the dynamics will shift such that every employee who earns under $250,000 will be entitled to overtime. Now that's a dramatic difference. For more information, feel free to reach out to us directly.